Hi there Scorpios, welcome back to my channel, The Angel Witch Tarot. If you're new to my channel, hi, it's so nice to meet you. So, this week's reading is for the week of 13th April to the 19th of April 2026. And please don't forget to hit that like, subscribe and share button and follow my Instagram account, Angel Witch Tarot. The link is there in my YouTube channel bio. So let's start off with the intuitive oracle cards and see what the spirits have for you guys regarding your intuition this week. Okay, so it says the light within. You carry a light that guides you through darkness. Trust it. Wisdom of the heart. The heart's wisdom speaks through intuition. Listen closely. Alright, so let's move on to the tarot and see how your week progresses. So we've got the Nine of Wands in reverse. It says that you need to use your inner resources. There's a struggle inside your head, your struggle with your energy, your passion. You're overwhelmed, you're on edge, you're defensive, paranoid, you're exhausted, fatigued, and you lack motivation. And then we have the Hanged Man upright. It says that you need to pause and surrender. You need to let go and find a new perspective, find enlightenment. You need to view the things that you need to view things differently than you did before, right? And then you need to have deeper insight and don't sacrifice what you love just for the sake of sacrificing things. So sacrifice things that you stress on. You, let's say, don't sacrifice what your heart tells you to not have. You need to keep close to what your heart wants. All right, and then we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. So it says that you're exhausted, you're on the verge of giving up, your confidence is destroyed, you're overwhelmed, and you're being overly protective about someone or something. And then we have the Seven of Swords upright. So it's saying that you felt a sense of betrayal, deception. Someone is getting away with something, or you're getting away with something that you did, something that someone did. You're acting strategically, and there's some sort of trickery going on here, right? And then we have the Five of Swords in reverse, which is all about past resentment, desire to reconcile, making amends, and desire to forgive. And then we have the Two of Swords in reverse. We have three sword cards here, which is all about your mind, the clarity, the ego, the logic, the communication, and the intellect. And two wand cards here, which is all about growth, passion, energy, drive, actions, right? It's fire and air. Your exhaustion is actually leading you more towards mental confusion. You're not having clarity, you're overloaded, your information is, you're taking in so much information that you're overloading your brain. So there's confusion, and you're not knowing what choice to make. And then we have the Empress in reverse, which is all about having a creative block, being selfish, impatient, dependent on others, inaction, lack of concentration, indecisive, overwhelmed, anxiety, and infidelity. And then we have the Tower card here in reverse. So it's all about how you're going to have a personal transformation, but you have a fear of change, or you're averting a disaster, or there's a disaster that's been delayed. There's some sort of suffering. You're going to go through a stormy time. You're going to be very restless, overwhelmed, collapse. You're going to be on the verge of collapse because there's a lot of exhaustion here. You're overwhelmed, you have anxiety, you're confused, you're not able to put your thoughts into action, you're not able to make any decisions. It's basically, you just need to pause, surrender, let go of the negativity, find a new perspective. Like the Hanged Man card says, you need to find enlightenment and view things differently than you did before, right? So that's that, and let's okay, so we've got more than 4 cards here. So the first one is romance. Romantic surprises are on the horizon. Be open to them. Falling fast. It says love happens quickly, but don't lose yourself in the process. And then illusions. Be aware of love's illusions. See reality clearly. And then sacrifice. Love may come with sacrifices. Evaluate what you're willing to give up. And then toxicity. Toxic relationships can drain your energy. Be aware, because it's not just going to drain your energy, it's also going to drain your self-worth. Okay? So let's move on to the next set, which is the Shadow Love Oracle cards. Think of somebody, even yourself, that's totally fine. Just think of someone and let's figure out what's in this person's heart, which is in the shadows, which is what they're hiding or feeling. Tangled web, convoluted, justifications are caught up, they're entranced, and they're unpredictable. You'll never know what they'll do. They're very unreliable and they're like a live wire. Alright, so let's move on to the Beast Soul Oracle cards. Alright, Scorpios. Cunning Fox. All about cleverness, deduction, and persistence. It says to quickly discover your hidden talents. Strength Tiger. All about strength, courage, and willpower. It says to use your passion and strength to overcome anything. So next is the Wealth Manifestation cards. It has affirmations on each of them. So I got this in my college and I was like really drawn to it, and I was like, this is very much important. Making money is easy for me. This is an affirmation that you need to say every day for a week until the next video, so that you get your manifestations. So let's move on to the astro dice for the overall energy of the week. Sagittarius, Venus, 6th house. Venus is all about love, attraction, beauty, relationships, art, sociability, harmony, pleasure, finances, charm, gifts, luxury, attractiveness, sensuality, comfort, compromising situations, peace, balance, femininity, right? And then we have Sagittarius, that's that adventurous, optimistic and excess energy that's always into expansion, truth seeking, ambitious, lucky, moral, open minded, enthusiastic, versatile, intelligence, laziness, restless, greedy, wealthy, disrespectful, a philosopher, wanderer, student, scholar, doing things in a haste and being way too energetic. You're going to find your energy this week. Alright? And then we have the 6th house, which is all about the health and wellness, the fitness, the hygiene, the daily routines, the injuries, the pets or small animals, the co-workers, the work habits, the organizations and the service to others. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.